Hi Lex, how are you?
Melissa, I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I didn't see you at the webinar the other week.
Yeah, sadly I couldn't make it. I had something else on, but I was really interested in knowing a bit more about the patient registry.
Yeah, well, it's really good. So we did really focus on that patient registry, and we were really just talking about the ease of completing it and the accessibility around doing it. So I don't know if I told you, but I actually got help from Alström UK to fill my form in. Although it was accessible with screen reading software, I just thought kind of for my own peace of mind and actually spelling all my tablets correctly, it was probably easier to get someone to help me.
That's really useful information to know, because I know that I was worried about like not being able to access the form or to be able to do it independently. Did you have to talk to anyone else to get any of the other information that you needed to put in the form?
I had a chat with my mum just to find out those things about like when she was pregnant with me and like my early years. So I think it's probably good to have a chat with like your family before you complete. And I think it kind of depends, because also you can do it with your family or you can do it independently like I did. So I guess if you're doing it with them, you can talk through that information at the time. I kind of sat down, I got a bit of a timeline together, and then what's great about it as well is you don't actually have to sit down and do it all at once. You know, you can log in and out and complete. You could even do it like section by section and do it in your own time, so it doesn't feel overwhelming.
Okay, that's really good to know as well, because I know that like filling out forms can be really tiring sometimes as well. And I assume that like everything is confidential, and like who has access to the information?
So it's used by clinicians to gather research about the syndrome. But yeah, everything was completely anonymous, which I really liked, because they asked some questions about like your lifestyle. And you know, I'm not always my best self. So it was nice actually knowing that I had that anonymity to kind of be honest and write like how things actually were. And I know some people think like, oh, it's a bit of a waste of time, you know, it's just for clinicians for Alström, but I actually use it myself. Like if I've got an appointment where I know they're going to ask me like what medication I'm on and that kind of thing, I can go to the patient registry. I can go to that section on medication where all the medication I'm on is like written down with its dosage, and I can get that in my head for like my big appointment. So I really feel in control of my medical information.
That's really good to know as well. But when you said it's for clinicians, does that mean that like any clinician can just go ahead and contact me and use my information, or do I have to give my permission first?
You'd always have to give your permission first, and I think, you know, although they you know, they don't have any names or anything, um it all is really kept anonymized, um and it's kind of like it's your information but it hasn't got your name attached to it. And I think that kind of gave me peace of mind that like it is adding to research and people can look at different things. um so yeah, I feel like it's kind of it's sticking to confidentiality is actually something that made me feel a lot safer and a lot more comfortable filling it in.
That's really reassuring to hear. And you said that like you look at it for when you have appointments and things. So is in terms of actually like accessing the actual information that you then put into it, is like there an app, or do you have to go onto the website to use it? Like is it accessible in that kind of way as well?
So I think it was a while ago since I filled it in, and I was sent a link. I clicked on the link and put in like my sort of personal information, so like my gender and date of birth and that kind of thing. And then once I got into the system, then you kind of create like a username and password, and
Yeah.
then from there you use that then to log into that system like every time. So I got somebody to help me setting it up, because I got really a little bit confused with the birth date, because they use the American way of entering in the birth date, and I didn't realize that for a while. So I got someone sighted to help me fill in that initial form just to make sure that I didn't miss out any of the boxes and that everything was as it should be. But once they completed that first step, it all works really well with the screen reader on my phone, so I can just log into it like as and when. I kind of keep that link. I've got folders in my email, so I keep that initial link in one of my folders, so I can just tap into that and then log in really quickly and easily and just scroll to that medication part. But I think it's also really useful to kind of see the condition as a whole and see kind of where things started. I think it's all laid out really, really well. And it does seem, you know, that I know there's over like 80 questions, but actually being able to complete it at my own pace and, you know, like doing section by section, it didn't feel overwhelming. It felt like all the questions were really relevant and really helped create that picture of what's going on.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like it's definitely a good thing. So if I want more information about where I can kind of go and look at it a bit more and maybe even start the process, where can I go to get that information?
So I think, you know, email Alström UK, go on the Alström UK website where there'll be links, but I kind of really spoke to Alström UK and really used the support that they could offer to help me fill out the whole thing. And it was really, it was a lot easier. It was one of those where I was like, oh, this is going to take a while. And it was actually so quick and easy. It really surprised me.
Okay, that's great. And do you have any last kind of top tips that maybe would be really beneficial for me to know maybe before I do it?
I think for me, my top tip would be to like take your time, because we've got like a lot of different things going on. And I think sometimes it's like you want to finish a form all at once, but sometimes it is kind of tackling it section by section and decide like what's going to work best for you. Do you want to do it independently or like with the help of, you know, somebody, your family support officer or from your family? Have a think of what's going to work best for you and kind of take it at your own pace, I think would be my top tips.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for talking to me today, Melissa.
Oh, no problem. Take care. Bye.
Bye.